Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Artemis Lore. I made it. I actually started my live stream in my channel first, and I realized I was like way behind for everybody else. So I wanted to come back and let everybody know that I'm on live. Thank you so much to my student that was in that live with me and kind of helping me get through my anxiety. There's a lot that I want to talk about. Let me turn this music down. And I'm going to wait for people to come into the room. And you can actually fast forward this stream afterwards because I may be talking about a lot. I may do some candle magic or just light a candle or whatnot. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about, and I do not want to rush through it because this retrograde season, eclipse season is really, really important. And it's something that I had this whole thing planned, so I got to just go for it. Okay. So while I'm kind of burning these cloves here to calm my energy and any negativity, I'm going to go ahead and get my pen and just kind of follow along with the notes that I wrote out, that I typed up today. Okay, so we have retrograde and the rise of the dark divine feminine. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So I may end up reading some of this. I may end up transferring this to YouTube and possibly snippets on TikTok as well. But the first paragraph I think is a really good opening. So I'm just going to go ahead and read what was on my mind. All right. And then we'll get into the other stuff. Like I said, you can fast forward because this may be a long live stream. So let me turn this music down. As we move through spring 2025, all planets will retrograde at some point, pulling us into deep self-reflection, transformation, and realignment. Retrogrades are not curses and omens. They are mirrors. They force us to strip away illusions, to confront who we really are, especially when no one is watching. So I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to read word for word. Like I was saying in the previous live chat, retrograde season reminds me of the dressing room scene. Okay. The dressing room scene is something that I thought about a few days ago when I thought about coming on live. And when I think about the dressing room scene, I think about there's been at least like 3 movies that I have watched where the main character goes into the dressing room, takes off their wig, their makeup, their mask, and they do like this full on shadow work, whether they're upset about things, or whether they are, just kind of reflecting on their life and where they are right now. That's something that I thought about. So this retrograde season and this mirror reflection reminds me a lot of the dressing room scene. We are in the dressing room scene where we are thinking about who we really are and not faking it to make it, being real, and real out to the world too. So there's a lot that goes with that. But when you think about the mirror reflection or the dressing room scene, what are you going through right now that makes you think that, maybe you need to kind of reflect on your situation or your life? Maybe this is a good time to kind of get through that. Maybe this is a test, trial and tribulation. Hey there. I'm going to share that story again too on here. I know you're like, what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. It's time. I've never talked about it, so I'm going to share that story again. But I was talking about that dressing room scene. So let me ask you, What have you seen any movies where somebody has had that dressing room scene? Did that happen in the Joker movie? There's been a couple of movies. I don't know why I have this in my head about this dressing room and being in front of a mirror and taking off the makeup after the show and just really doing a whole bunch of shadow work in the mirror. And, kind of being comfortable in our own skin that way. I've seen at least 3 movies. I don't know the names of them, but I think, you know what? I think I'm going to look that up. Dressing room scenes. I thought about that. And you know what? I thought about that when I did my self-love, kind of rituals in the mirror. I thought about that. I was like, oh, I'm taking this makeup off. I'm just, Kendrick Lamar, take it off, just take it off and think about, who I really am here. So the dressing room scenes, I'm going to look for that. You let me know if you're going to look for that and let me know if this makes sense to you. All right. Hey, what's up? I know. Sent a request to be in your live. Did you mean to send a request right now? Because I got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. If you want to, you can. It's no problem. I have a whole bunch of notes that I typed. I started my live in my channel and realized it wasn't open to everyone. And my student actually helped bring my anxiety down. He stayed here with me and it really worked. So now I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go now. So if you missed the first part of this, which was only a couple of minutes, you can actually watch it back later and fast forward through. Okay, you could start from the beginning. But I did talk about the retrograde season. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Well, I just want to tell you anyway. I talked about feeling like retrograde season was the dressing room time where we take our makeup off, we take our wigs off, and we do a lot of self-reflection and we're throwing stuff around. And I was asking my student, did he know any movies like this? And we were laughing because I specifically remember a couple of movies where people are breaking down behind the scenes and backstage, looking in the mirror, after they're on stage or whatever. And I don't know why this happens to people in the dressing room, but it happens to them in the dressing room. That's their like private space or whatever. So the retrogrades right now are reminding me of a dressing room scene. I don't know why. And I said, I think it has a lot to do with this self-love rituals and stuff that I've been showing. Yes. I'm taking this weave off. I'm taking these lashes off. I got a whole lot of stuff I need to, I'm like really going in on shadow work hardcore, in this year of 9. Okay. And the snake, I'm a fool. I'm silly. But it helps us strip away illusions. Okay. We need to be real and honest with ourselves, especially when we doing like, candle magic and witchcraft and, spirituality and all of that. It's like, come on now. No, literally the funny thing is I was the self-love rituals that I do. I have a mirror here. Okay. And I'm kind of going off topic because I have notes, but it's okay. I love to have conversations with people. Thank you so much for being here. I actually have a mirror in front of me and I am that. Okay. Do I take all of this off? Yes, I do. And I actually talk to myself and I talk to the goddess. I talk to myself and I talk to the goddess and I allow myself to do this portal reflection type of thing. And, I let myself know I am beautiful. I am sexy, successful, all of these things. And then I talk to her and I bring the two together. It's a whole long ritual that I do in that mirror, honey. And it is very, very necessary. Beauty magic is a form of protection as well. Look how I pronounce that, protection. It's a form of protection. And I'll get more into the energy siphoning and stuff that people are trying to do and things that I have gone through as well. All right. But it is a a powerful form of protection and transmutation. Mirrors are portals. Speaking into mirrors can be scary for people, especially if they are uncomfortable talking to themselves. Right now, what I'm doing is like a mirror because I'm looking here and I know what I look like. I can see, what this is, which is a divine goddess within my own skin. And I can, finally say that and not have low self-esteem. All right. Which is something that I went through. I went through that a lot. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for being part of the live. If you have not seen the beginning, you can always, kind of rewind. I'm starting slow here. But Flame, this is what I'm talking about right now. So these are things within our spiritual path that we need to recognize in this particular time. So let's go into, so we talked about the retrogrades, all right? Dressing room scene. Let's talk about the eclipses. So we're in eclipse season as well. And, if you look it up, it will tell you this is a cycle of endings and beginnings, which it is under the snake year. If you add up 2025, it equals 9. This is the karma year and the symbol of transformation. Okay, that's the basics of it. But I have something else I want to say about this as far as karma. All right. So, and I also use a snake as a symbol in my Coven page logo. If you haven't noticed, I did that on purpose. I have the snake, I have the tree of life, and I have a sword, and a couple of other symbols. I did all of that on purpose. But so basically, this is what I think about this year in karma. This means, and I literally typed this out, this means people who have siphoned our energy, anybody, siphoning energy, manipulation, playing games, will face their fate and their consequences this year for doing that. For people who are trying to take advantage of spiritual people and witches, this is not a good time to do that. Even for people who look at me and say, oh, she looks young and innocent and cute. This is not the time. This is not the year to be playing games with people, mind manipulation, destiny swapping, putting people in fear and all these different types of emotions and energies to catch them off guard so you can hit them with some negativity. This ain't even the time, honey. We did all that last year. This 2025, okay? It ain't gonna work. And let me tell you why it's not gonna work. People are protected, divinely protected. More than people like to give other people credit for. Nobody has to tell me whether my divine protection and my spirit team is good or not. Trust me, it is. Okay. That's why I'm still here. Sometimes another thing about, doing stuff like that to people, sometimes when you scare someone, whether you think they are strong or powerful or not, because last year I had somebody tell me that I wasn't ready for the big time and I wasn't ready for the big dogs. And I'm like, okay, listen, I never said I got into this to be part of the big dogs in the big time. I got into this to change my life. So I think people have me truly mistaken sometimes. But what I want to say about spirit teams, sometimes when people throw negative energy and try to siphon people's energy and try to steal their joy, steal their happiness, steal their light. A person's fear can trigger their spirit team to handle some things. I've seen it happen. Okay. If you scare somebody and jolt somebody enough, messing around with this stuff, you don't know what can come out of that, because we are not the ones to decide if somebody is protected spiritually or not. Oh, they ain't got no spiritual protection. You better be careful with that. All right. So this is the whole thing about this karma, number 9, treat people with respect. For instance, before I came on live today, I was freaking out because something happened here in the building. Well, there is a young lady who is in charge of this building, and I have been speaking up for things in the building that haven't been going right, and kind of, letting her know. Now, I could say, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm going to put her in a jar. Why? She's a young woman that's learning how to be a manager. And I've been kind of helping her with that. And I think that's why she listens to me and she gets stuff done. Just out of pure respect. Because if it was me and she's not here on the premises and I didn't know what was going on and I was running, a building and nobody told me, I would want that. Okay. So in the year of the snake, these are the type of things that I think about. Treating people with respect, because this is something that I would want for myself, if that makes sense. All right. That was a lot. I'm sorry. I get a little active. Okay. And I do have a candle. I do have dragon's blood sage too. I'm going to talk about that a little later. This is going to be a long live. So if you got to leave and come back, it's okay. I know I'm silly. I know. So the dark divine feminine time is rising. All right. So the dark divine feminine time and crashing out. This is I'm going to say something on here. Be prepared. This is me coming out. Let me get another pen. If you're still in the room, please let me know, because this statement crashing out in dark divine, why is it connected? All right. Why is it connected? Well, it's connected in a way, but then there's something else that I want to talk about. Sexuality, and then also anger and darkness. All right. So dark divine feminine energy is rising, and she is not afraid to be seen. All right. Heard or felt in witchcraft and spiritual communities all over. The dark divine represents raw, unapologetic energy of destruction, creation, and self-mastery. All right. She is Lilith, Hecate or Hecate, Kali, Sekhmet, and any other dark goddess that you can think of. And let me rephrase that as far as dark goddesses. Goddess, period. Even Artemis has a dark side to her. All right. And it's all about justice. All right. The ones who refuse to be tamed. All right. And the ones who do not beg for acceptance. Hey, Jason, what's up? Oh, my goodness. I haven't talked to you in forever. So this is the whole raw energy that you'll see from some spiritualists. And I actually have something else to say, because see, now my mind is going. I got over my anxiety of being on live. Let's go into the crashing out. So how many of you guys have seen this whole expression about crashing out all over social media? I'm busy sorry.
Can you check if you got hot water?
I cannot right now. I'm on live.
Sorry, ma'am. Okay.
This is the whole thing what happened this morning. So I woke up and the hot water was like, so anyway, it's all about how I respond to this. And I knew he was going to come and knock on that window. I knew he was going to do that. That was a part of me helping this manager to understand there's things going on in this apartment. She needs to, I know it happens. It's okay. It's raw. And you know what? I'm probably going to put this raw live right on YouTube. This is how raw I am. Okay. Crashing out. Let's get back to the crashing out. All right. So with the crashing out, instead of at first when I saw people say, go ahead and crash out, let them know how you feel, let it all out. And I saw a lot of my witchy and spiritual sisters, everybody want to crash out. Yeah. I saw a lot of people actually doing it. And at first I was like, we shouldn't do that. And then I said to myself, no, we should. Because actually, when people rub me the wrong way, I will crash out on somebody within a quickness. Okay. And I've always tried to hold that from social media because I don't want people to know my triggers. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And, people should not hold in their emotions because it's just not healthy. Okay. And so with the crash out, now I told one of my students I was going to share this personal story. If you judge me, you judge me. All right. Now with this divine, and I'm gonna show you guys some because I know people have seen it, and me and my homeboy Gunther talked about this one day, and he saw it, and he said he was scared to ask me about it. The crashing out in the dark divine feminine energy. So what I was saying is, prior to becoming a practitioner, I realized I had a lot of anger issues. All right, and I've been able to maintain a little more, through my spiritual practices. But I always want to make sure that I don't get to the point of overly crashing out, just like period, because I've worked on myself so much. So I'm going to share this with you guys. This is my second time. This will be out open to the public. I did a egg cleansing video once, and I know that people have seen this a couple of times and never asked me about it. So this is kind of me, doing a little shadow work. But anger and rage is something that you need to recognize within yourself, especially if you are on your spiritual path. And, a lot of people think they can take advantage of people, or a lot of people think they could take advantage of me because I look all, cute and sweet and all this stuff. But I'll show you guys. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I'm going to show that to you. A lot of people don't know what to ask me about it. This was a time when somebody that is very, very close to me, it was a whole situation where I felt like it was wrong. Okay. And I got so angry, my fist went through the window. Now I'm from LA, and I know I look cute, but I just at that moment, the anger and rage, I was just like, so I said that I would never get surgery for it because it's a reminder of how angry I can get. And the energies right now are so potent. We have to watch our anger within spell work and within our spiritual work. And, I try to tell people like me and you, we was talking about that. People coming into my inbox and thinking they could play head games with me. And I say something crazy or do something crazy and they end up leaving me alone. Now, mind you, I'm 20 years older than I look. A lot of people have me misconstrued. So what I do in my spiritual path is I go talk to my goddess. I get to the altar and tame it down, okay? Because a lot of people try to jolt me, push me, pull me, drain my energy. Let's see if we can tip her a little bit, see what we gonna do. I'm like, you better tip. I done been through too much hell and back, okay? I've had people try to send demons my way. The demons be sitting up here drinking coffee with me. So this is a little bit of dark divine energy, okay? Okay. Happening this year, all right? And a lot of my witchy sisters and my spiritual sisters are, just really going through this. And we all can feel it. We all can see it. We hear it. We know what it is. And we are all just kind of, maintaining, all right? So I understand the crashing out. I understand that it's not a negative thing. I understand that people need to express themselves and not hold in emotions. And that is a part of shadow work. I think that, to be honest, it's okay. Okay. So, just, I would say to everyone, be careful how you treat people out here because you never know. All right. Now let's go into, The cringe. Okay, the cringe videos. So on TikTok, I put together a video of me, and I kind of came out and used a girl's voice, the spiritual girl, about not being afraid to express ourselves and show ourselves, and this whole cringe statement of being embarrassed or thinking that our videos or thinking something is not good enough for the world to see. And I've been seeing a lot more social media influencers, kind of like push people to go ahead and show their stuff. Stop worrying about what people think. Who cares if they talk about you? Who cares if they talk about your DIY candle magic? Who cares? Show it and do your thing. Because number one, the people don't pay your rent. I'm going to be real. Nobody pays my rent and my bills. I could care less what anybody says about my magic and how far I have come and all of the things I have gone through. Okay. So, just when you think about stuff like that, don't let people get up under your skin. And I know people are going to watch this. Now, I've had some spiritual sisters watch my stuff and then go on the side and do a whole long list of some just sideways ass stuff. And I'm like, all right, sister. All right. So, it's sometimes when we come out real and raw like this, it rubs people the wrong way because people are not expecting this, especially from someone like me. Okay. Because they have already put me in a box of what they think I have or don't have, or what they think I do and don't do, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, stop doing that. Don't do that. Or, oh, I'm reading you and I feel like you. Don't do that either, because I change from day to day. Now let me show you a little bit of, hold on. Let me show you a little bit of my Dark Divine Feminine Energy, which is a book I sell on Amazon. I don't usually promote it, but since we're doing this, coming out raw, real eclipse energy here, I'm going to go ahead and show you. These are some books that I sell. Hold on. And I know people have seen this book and I've never talked about it. But I'll go ahead and show it. So Laura, this is a story that only a couple of people know. And I'm pretty sure they'll watch this back and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she mentioned it. Laura the Witch. It's a story about, kind of what happened to me when that dark divine goddess, came and kind of took over me. And I believe this happened for me to have, more better self-esteem and empowerment within myself. A lot of different things happened. So if you want to order the book, I can get you the author's copy at a cheaper price through Amazon Kindle, or through Amazon, and give you the printed version or the PDF. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm sorry I'm going, but this, the goddess is like, yeah, sister. So we talked about, this is what I want to talk about too, really quick. There's a couple of things. Sexuality. We already talked about anger. Sexuality. Don't be afraid of your sensual or sexual side. It's actually, it can actually help. It can actually help you become more creative, boost your energy up and love yourself more. So that's something that I want to talk about, because we're so programmed to quickly go do a love spell or obsession spell on someone. What about doing a love spell on yourself? Okay. That dressing room time, honey. What about that? That's where I get a lot of my self-esteem from. Okay. And this is something really important. So for eclipse season, I know it's kind of messy, but I'm creating my woman candle. So it's not all the way dry. And I know it looks really, really messy, but it's a woman candle. And I decided to make that today. I melted down some red wax. And I also have some herbs and stuff that people could use, but I'm going to use this on the blood moon, full moon that's coming up, okay, on the 14th. So that I wanted to talk about that. So that's one thing. What's the other thing? I got a whole lot to talk about. You don't have to stay the whole live because I'm gonna just keep talking and talking. Okay, it could be an hour. I don't know. Oh yeah. I wanted to talk about that. Okay, next subject. So this is a statement that I typed up, and I'm gonna say it out loud. There are, and because a lot of people are really pissed off about people saying this, and I've said it about myself only because I felt like if I didn't have 20 years under my belt, within the spiritual or, witchcraft communities, I wasn't able to, really come out and say, who I am. But I have stopped doing that because I've had at least 5 to 10 sisters, spiritual sisters, that's like, stop, don't say that anymore. So I have a statement because I feel more impassioned within myself. There are no more baby witches. Why? Because we have been tried, pressed, and pushed to the edge so much that we have become the storm. Okay, so I do agree with not using the baby witch statement. Trial and error is what is going to bring you up within your path. A lot of people will try to, stop us from doing this and that. And I didn't have a mentor in my path. I was my mentor. My goddess was my mentor. Okay. I learned through trial and error. This is what happens when you do this. Have you ever seen? Okay, let me see. What was that video where the girl was doing the potions and she was saying like the two below, and the whole thing exploded. I went through that for 5 years until I figured out what works and what doesn't work. Stop letting people tell you what and what not to do in your path. If you're going to F up, let it happen and learn from it. That's how you grow. Point blank, period. So no, I'm not a baby witch anymore. I am a witch that's saying you will learn through learning, okay? Through trial and error, through potions blowing up on your ass, through love spells that you did on the wrong damn person when he goes crazy and loses his mind, okay? And you will know better to be more specific in your manifestations. All right. Okay. So that's that. So this year is the year to cut ties with energy vampires. Not all energy vampires. There's a lot about energy. There's a lot about energy vampirism in my Laura book that people need to read or ask me about it. But for people who are trying to do, just people who are trying to manipulate others, been there. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, two below. Psh, come on, like, we'll learn. Stop letting people tell you. I've been seeing spiritualists say, don't be doing them. Don't be listening to that person. They don't look right with them spells. And I'm like, it don't look right because you didn't know how dark I was. And you tried me. So now you don't listen to her. I done been through some stuff. Okay. Quit messing with me. Get up out my inbox with this mess. Now, I know I look rainbows. I am rainbows. Okay. But anyway, let me just... A lot of people gonna stop following me after this. They're gonna be like, yeah, keep trying me. But anyway, energy vampires, manipulators, people that are trying to drain us, it's not the time for that anymore. You're gonna get your karma, point blank, period. You're gonna get the darkness, point blank, period. You come in my inbox, you try to play games with me, you're gonna find out the hard way. Do not play with me. I have been through hell and back. And I believe that, people have spiritual teams and guides. When you try to scare people with, dark magic, demons and stuff like that, sometimes trauma can happen from that. And sometimes their spirit teams will end up taking someone out. Okay. Because you don't know how divinely protected people are. You just don't. Stop testing. Stop trying. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Mind your business. Let them be. Okay. And so that's even for anybody on here that's like, I need to learn how to protect myself. I'm scared. Feel it then. Feel the fear. All right. Feel the fear and accept it. All right. Because you don't know what's going to come out of that. You don't know how divinely protected you are. You don't know how your ancestors work. You don't know how your spirit team works, your gods, your goddesses, angels that protect you or anything like that. You don't know. Feel it all. Feel the raw energy so that you can learn from this, and you will learn how to protect yourself. You'll be surprised. Maybe a thought about, how to use something or how to do something or how to say something just out into the universe might actually reverse something off of you. And you didn't know because you were scared. You were too scared to allow yourself to feel. That's all I'm saying. All right. So now let's talk about transmuting negative energy. All right. So transmuting negative energy is something that I do a lot. I do it through my beauty magic. I do it through the videos that I create, especially for TikTok. I got people over there falling out, rolling, laughing, because laughing is a form of protection. And it is also a powerful way to transmute negative energy. Music. Okay. I love music. So if you go to TikTok, you'll see, everybody getting down over there. Okay. On that page. Resting, creating, through that. So if somebody hits you with negative energy, do you just let it stick there? No, you go ahead and reverse that. And easy things to do without using tools and candles is music, laughter. Laugh your ass off. They'll never understand how come you're so happy. And just doing something, whether it's art or your craft, or just kind of transmuting that negative energy into something else. Even silence and being quiet can actually help with that. Okay. And there are spells and stuff, but I'm just giving you, you can go outside, put your face to the sun and just say something to the sun. I transmute this negative energy back to the cinders, point blank, period. And then just, so there's different things. And then you watch what happens over time after that. You can even do it with the moon. Okay. So learn how to use the planets, the elements. You can talk to water. Sometimes I'll go to the beach after somebody has done something terrible to me. I would go and talk to the water. That's why I have a water magic book. Or go and ground yourself out in nature. This is why I'm always in nature, connecting with nature. All right. Practicing low energy witchcraft. I have a post about that on my Instagram page. And you guys could look that up. Reading a book, drinking coffee, lighting incense, anything that's kind of just, low energy that doesn't have you, reaching to do all of this stuff all the time. That's a part of transmutation as well. Okay. If you guys are still in the room, let me know. So, all right. So we got self-love, spells, and protection. All right. Let's take a little music break real quick. And let's see. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. I've been talking a lot. I had this whole thing planned. I couldn't wait to come out. I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about some dark divine energy for real. Now, I did get, for the eclipse season, I did get some roses, and I do have some things that I'm going to use. Let me show you guys these roses really quick. So I got myself some roses. I want to use this. I also got myself some other roses, some smaller roses. Hold on. Well, actually, for the eclipse season. So I got mine in a wine glass. I'm always using these wine glasses. But so anyway, the roses are good for self-love as well. Also for purity, for beauty, okay, and for appreciation of yourself. Let me tell you what else I've got, because I am going to end up doing a whole spell. I have Dragon's Blood Sage. I'm going to be using that the night of the full moon as well. You can look up the spiritual meaning of burning Dragon's Blood Sage. What else? Cinnamon, honey. Okay, honey to sweeten the energy towards yourself. Using mirrors, as a kind of self-reflection. You can even use oranges as well. That brings on courage and strength. And it gives you, I want to say it gives you energy, when you feel like you don't have a lot of energy. All right. So let's see. So you carve your name on the candle, dress it with honey and cinnamon. I'm not going to do the whole thing here. I'll just tell you guys. Surround it with rose petals, look in the mirror and say, I see myself in the light of truth. I honor my spirit. I am whole. I am worthy. I am protected. I am loved. This is really good to say to yourself in the mirror with this candle burning down. Okay. And once again, that is a pink or white candle or orange candle or red candle. Okay. For retrograde season. I also talked about retrograde mojo bags. So this retrograde mojo bag is something that I made before during the last retrograde that kept me calm and cool and together. All right. So retrogrades can bring chaos, miscommunication, heavy emotional energy. Keeping a mojo bag on you or under your pillow helps stabilize your energy and blocks out negativity. So let me give you guys and if you want the PDF to these notes, please let me know and I'll send it to you. No problem. Just raw, straight up from this live stream. You'll need black tourmaline or obsidian, a bay leaf for protection, rosemary, chamomile, lavender, which calms anxiety, cloves, which block unwanted influences, and a small black or white bag, or, you can actually make your own out of cloth, and you would keep this on you, keep it on you, keep it on you, keep it near you under your pillow or whatnot, and carry this through the retrograde season to bring your emotions and stabilize you as you are kind of going through the different highs and lows and ups and downs. Okay. So what else do I want to talk? So the mojo bag basically works as an energetic shield during retrogrades, protecting you from miscommunication, psychic attacks, and spiritual blockages. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is go ahead. And I don't know if you guys are still in the room because it keeps telling me 1 or 2 and then it goes out. I don't know. But I'm pretty much at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. And thank you for allowing me to show you my real raw self. This is what dark divine energy looks like. Okay. And I'm usually not like this because I'm always worried about what somebody's going to say. I do not care anymore. Okay. I think people need to empower themselves and stop being scared of being out here and just being authentic. Okay. And a lot of my spiritual and witchy sisters, they wake up every day and they get through the most painful, hurtful situations. And the fact that they can do that, it lets me know that I can do something as simple as this with all the stuff I've been through in my life. So I really appreciate my spiritual sisters that have had my back over the last couple of years. Let me go ahead and pull a card. And I'm not going to do candle magic today. Spirit is telling me I need to hold that candle magic for the eclipse moon. Okay. and energize myself through that moon and this dressing room time that I talked about. Okay, I'm going to do this one more time. I know I had you guys laughing. This is, oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me turn it over. Oh, the magician. The magician. Okay, hold on. I'm going to actually pull a couple cards. So I just did this. All right. So this is the magician card in reverse. And I feel like somebody feels like they are really stuck right now. Like they don't know how to manifest. They feel like there's a blockage. They feel like maybe this, you know what? This feels like somebody who's learning. This feels like somebody who has tried to do something on someone and they started feeling guilty afterwards because they realized they made a mistake. This is all about learning. Don't worry about it, honey. It's okay. Forgive yourself for doing that. All right. Let's pick another card. Hold on. Now, I wasn't even done cutting I didn't even get a chance to cut the deck. All right. So the magician card. Also, reorganize your spell work and your manifestations. For instance, I have a Latin manifestation type of ritual that I gave a couple of my friends earlier this year. And hopefully, we've all been using it. I did use it once. I was very specific about things that I wanted on that list. Okay. In my spell work, I'm very specific about what I want. Instead of worrying about everybody else, I'm more geared towards myself. So I feel like sometimes, this has something to do with somebody who's learning and has made a mistake. It's okay if you made a mistake. All right. It's okay if you made a mistake. You'll learn from that. Okay. You will definitely learn from that. This is what I was talking about earlier. Okay. And then of course so this is somebody, hey girl, what's up? So this is somebody who made a mistake, did the wrong thing to someone within their spiritual work and realized they made a mistake and attacked the wrong person. This is somebody who then after that decided they were going to go out to the world and start speaking before they even knew, right? Before they even knew the consequences of what they were doing. Okay. And now they're resisting change. Okay. So in this year of karma, all of that is going to be over. It's not time, whoever this person is, it is not time for you to be out here testing people, putting spells on people, and trying to see if you can manipulate people. That's not what this year is about. This year is about empowering yourself and empowering others in a more responsible way. Stop doing stuff that's not, just stop doing it. Okay. If you keep getting hit with consequences, right? Because you keep doing the wrong stuff, just stop. That's not what this year is about. It's about you empowering yourself. Okay. So that's what all of this is about. And I think that once you do that, you'll stop feeling like you'll stop feeling that blockage. Okay. You'll stop feeling that everything you work for is not working. You're going to put a curse, a hex on yourself trying to do it to other people. If you want to know how I do these things, and it's very important for you guys to start this video from the beginning after I get off and watch it back, because I am literally going to take this raw and drop it on YouTube. I was not playing today about this live stream. Okay. It's also going to hinder your growth and your money if you keep doing that. Quit worrying about other people. Stop worrying about other people. Do you, boo? Okay? Because it's only going to cause more conflicts in your life if you keep doing that to people. Okay? So this is like, this is the whole thing about this year. I want people to think about some things this year in the time of karma. Okay? It's really important. Do your self-love spells. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care if people tell you DIY is not the way. DIY is the way. You will learn. You will bump your head and learn. Okay. If you want to know how to do things, I can teach you. And you do need to use your own energy. You need to use your own energy, but you also need to cleanse. Learn how to do things the correct way. If you got some funky energy, you'll figure it out. Stop letting people tell you what to do. Okay. And then the other thing is, okay, so after you've bumped your head and you learn from this, you'll be unstoppable. And this is why we don't call each other baby witches anymore, because we learn. We learn from all of that. And, we learn how to transmute energy. We learn how to stop bumping our heads, stop thinking that, our sister or this person, that person did something to us and we need to go run to our stuff and go do some juju and some voodoo and some this and that. Okay. It's really, really important. So I would say this: respect everyone, no matter what. Okay. Respect everyone, no matter what. Respect yourself, love yourself. This was my crash out. I kind of do my little crash out a little softer than most people. But this is the dark, divine, feminine energy that I think about. And doing a lot of shadow work. These are things that I have never said out in the open public. I don't come across as this type of person, but I think it is time for me to start being a little more real, okay, about who I am. And this is like growth. So when you start working with dark goddesses, these type of energies may come across and it can make people feel uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, what does it do for you? Does it give you more? Do you feel more empowering within yourself? Do you feel like you don't have to be ashamed of who you are? Do you feel like you're learning from, doing certain work on people or doing certain things that maybe you should have done more work for yourself than, focusing and trying to control others and stuff like that? That's not what magic and manifestation is for. Okay. So other than that, let me just go back and see if there's anything else. And yes, this live stream was definitely going to be a little more intense because the energy right now through the retrogrades and through the eclipses is intense energy. Okay. It's intense energy. And that's just, we'll come out of this once the summer hits. I believe that once everybody just kind of releases, and embraces this darkness, and releases all fears and, all of that stuff, you'll feel much better at the end of the day. Okay. Now I have a new blog that I did about accepting and embracing the darkness and accepting your light as well. Both. Okay. I have a blog on artemisoraclecards.com. I put that on my YouTube channel. And I believe that, this is really the time to embrace all parts of yourself. Embrace all parts of yourself and work through that. Okay. And if there's anything that anybody, if you have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and ask. And I'm here to help you. Watch the type of stuff that you do to people. Make it more about yourself this year. Focus on yourself this year to become a better person. Maybe start doing love spells for yourself so you can attract the right people. Okay. And this is something that I do. So let me stop rambling. I'm going to actually go. Thank you so much for being a part of the live. I know this was hilarious. People were not, they were not ready for this, but I had to do it. Okay. So this is Artemis Lore. Bye everyone. It was nice talking to you. See ya.